So clearly, the divine masculine has choices, and his the broad horizon is the passion. It's like the girl that is suitable for business, but the hot camaraderie with the hot vagina to go with it. The brain for success, the brains for business, and the brains in the bedroom. The friends with benefits. Okay, the one he's dating, but he also has his love that he keeps a secret. With that's his resting place where he telepathically speaks to her quite frequently, and they have their love making and their intimacy and their exclusivity is on the spiritual realm. So he can't be accused of betraying anybody if they're too distracted with playing with the dark arts. But him being the high priestess, he already knows what's going on, but he's playing dumb, but he knows that this person is ignorant. So if this person is playing with the dark arts, they're already weak in spirit and they're no match for him anyway. He understands that that's not his counterpart. He's just playing a role by way of business, but also feels trapped at the same time. And then you have, what else? My mind just went blank. Okay. And for a period of time, I don't know if he has to buy this person out, but for a period of time, he's been doing this for long enough where the divine feminine actually wised up and started focusing on her own self-love, to preserve the love she has for him, so it's not tainted with too much of a low vibration, or she's starting to lower her own vibration because she knows her value. So she didn't stick around, and the person, he set intentions to win in life. So that's why he made a different decision outside of her, but he thought that he was being intelligent by having it both ways. Her in a tangible sense, her in the spiritual realm, the loving is in the spiritual realm. That's the sanctuary, that's his home, that's where he's most comfortable because he's a starseed and he has his earthly mission. Now you got the justice card with the emperor, so clearly he's somebody in the legal system. But a person who operates his own, he built his own empire. And then you have the friends with benefits that complements that in some way or another, whether she's in the legal system or not, doesn't matter. But she's shrewd in business, so it works for something. He uses her for something important, but he gets his rocks off at the same time, and he also nobody can attack the love. Nobody can attack his counterpart if he keeps her in the spiritual realm, but he thought he had her in the bag by maneuvering like that. And that's how she started focusing on her own self-love and left off of him. And now he's like, he doesn't know how to get back to her. He sits to himself and he thinks about, the choices he made that would have been extraordinary and a benefit to everybody around him, but it had less to do with him and more to do with everybody else. So I don't know if he's trying to get back to his DF. Of course he is, because now he feels heavy energy, or now the DF definitely feels his energy as heavy because he made a mistake. He was beauty, the creativity, the beauty, brains, and bronze, guardian angel. Okay, that's his counterpart. That's him and his counterpart. Like, yo, they are a garment for each other. You see how there's a guardian angel is like earth angel energy. Both of them are earth angels. If they're mirrors for each other, which would be another name for twin flames, then they both are star seeds. They both are guardian for each other. And that's the beauty. So you have you have somebody who's doing beauty rituals, or somebody who could have been doing beauty rituals or glamour spells, and it had no impact on neither the DM or the DF. But what was making him stuck was his egotistical way of doing things, because that's the only attraction he has to his friends with benefits is when he operates from that egotistical standpoint. But then he's very odd at times because she can't pinpoint him, which drove her to her desperation, because sometimes he's in the astrological realm, he's in the ethereal realm, he's very spiritual as well, but he's not dark about it, even though he's connected to somebody who's dark anyway, which is creepy. But there are times where she can't read him because he's with his DF in the 5D or 8D, and that's what drove her to give glad tidings and make intentions to try to keep him stuck. But it's all ricocheting back on her. Now she's stuck, and he's unattainable Shiva. Now, I hope I've just tried to explain the past 2 or 3 videos because I keep picking up, I'm trying to clarify what all that heavy energy entails. So beauty, this is somebody who's trying to cloak themselves to be something that they're not. She's a woman of value, but in a different sense. The truth is, this is your mirror. He's with his mirror, and they operate in from the third eye more than what the eyes meet, because they have that recognition from a soul level. So 2 star seeds. Could be a lover's card, but the truth of the matter is, this is who he know himself to be, and he's starting to get a lot of mental clarity with the third eye about it. And your ancestors. He's been receiving downloads. He's been getting the signs and synchronicities, and he's been getting help. But this really speaks to the DF and how protected she was through all of this, which is why nothing never scratched her or so much bruised her and throughout the whole process. And this guardian angel has a dual message too, because she comes with an entity. The friends with benefits come with the entity, and the DF comes with the spiritual guidance in a different sense. Now, what are we saying now? So you got the glamour spells lady. You got the divine masculine. You have divine feminine, and you have support. If that makes sense. Freedom. Free yourself. That's like the Chariot card, right? Give me one on beauty. What is this person up to? Because she's getting angry. She's very upset with this divine masculine, because she's starting to figure out that she don't have him figured out as much as she thought she did. The magician. What the hell did I just say with the glamour spells? Okay. And it's a weak point. Like she's becoming more desperate. And now one for divine masculine, who the truth of the matter is, has help from divine feminine. Look what flew out. The Empress. There she goes. Okay. His counterpart. And they communicate in the dream state a lot. Okay. Look at her. She has abundance, and she's giving her glad tidings to protect her divine masculine from the horrors of this world. Now look at that. Now tell me that don't make sense with the guardian angel. She's a garment for him, like he's a garment for her. They protect each other like twins. Well, twin flames, obviously. But I was saying like twins, like siblings. All right, now for the DF. Okay, that's too many cards. The truth is he's reconnecting with his psychic abilities, and she's already sharp about hers. The Temperance. See what I tell you about that twin flame? Okay, and then you got the Two of Wands. That's a spiritual journey for them. Okay, she took that walk by herself because she had to take that walk by herself because this was a part of the journey where she needed to stand on her own 2 feet. You know what I mean? Like she could have waited, but her value's way too great, just like his. She has a double mission, just like he has a double mission. Hence the spiritual, the temperance is balance and healing. Spiritual journey is making a decision. It's like I got you, I got us, and then I can go my own way. Now, give me something for the ancestors. What does the ancestors want to say about all of this? Like I like this, how the Empress is praying against all the illusions, yet they still communicate in a dream state to each other. They make a lot of love in the 8D and the 5D. That's as down to earth as they get. It's what I heard. They real witty with each other. Sapiosexuals. Nine of Swords. Oh, they keeping this bitch up at night. Excuse me for cussing. You see that? Or that could be that's a man. So that could be either a practitioner that helped this woman do this. The Chariot is moving forward. This is taking, excuse me, y'all. Whoever this ancestor is, the ancestors for the DF is taking somebody for a ride because they cannot sleep. It's taking them, the Chariot is a spiritual card. Okay, so and that's also moving forward through the worst of times. So if that's clarifying the Nine of Swords, the ancestors is taking this person on a journey and they seeing some things. It's like they're showing the DM like, look, you can't have it both ways. You're going to have to make a choice. And he made a different choice back in the day, but you know what? It's like you're either going to man up or step down, so to speak. So now he's up thinking at night. It's like all that I have to sacrifice. It's like I feel equally powerful with both because that is my spirit, you know. But it's him operating in his ego. It's a battle of the ego and his higher self. So I feel like spiritually he is making his way with the Chariot card. He's moving forward through the worst of times. Well, what the DM? What else? What's some advice for the two counterparts, the two twins, the mirrors? She tells my truth. She is my truth. I live in my truth. I live in my authenticity. I told you, it's all about their spiritual realm. That's what I just heard. I live in my authenticity. So that sanctuary and that love card and that retreat was him going home. You know how you rest one eye open, as they say? He rests in her love. Like they are like cloaked together like this. Look what came out. Kindred spirits. They know each other. They watch each other evolve in different ways. It's like the roles are reversed now, though, because when he comes out of his ego, he's going to know what she felt like when she had to walk alone. And she's rising up. The Empress is in her status. You know, she's high up in rank. You know, he daydreams about her and the way she used to daydream about him. And there's balance on the bottom. Regret. High Priestess. Now I'm hearing Carrie, I walked away from I left a beautiful man at home to come out and join you. Or in the fourth season, she's going out with Oliver, the shoe distributor, and she was with Aiden. She was engaged to Aiden, and Aiden was home with KFC because he's a homebody and she wanted to go out. So she went out with Oliver, the shoe distributor, and he was getting so much attention from everybody else. You know, he was kind of ignoring her, and it just wasn't worth her time, as she turned out. She ends up going home to her fiance, Aiden. So this is what I hear: regret. You know, I walked away from a beautiful person and connection, a spiritual person, you know, who completes, I don't want to say completes me, but who can read me, who can communicate with me on that deeper level. You just know. Okay, she made such a lasting impression. The fact that you made a lasting impression was on the bottom. He's in love with you. He's obsessed with you. Your nurturing and compassionate abilities. Like, he's not seeing this end. It's not going to end well. You know, the devil and the Five of Cups and the kindred spirit is he's letting go addictions, past addictions. He's coming out of his ego, and he's in love, you know, with himself. It's like, I broke up with these crazy people to get back with myself, with the priestess and the queen of cups, and balance. I hear, I want to go home. I'm ready to go home. I saw enough. I'm ready to go home. And with the Ten of Swords on the bottom, that pretty much sums it up. He has a massive, he's feeling drained and depleted. It's like, I done seen enough now. I'm learning my lesson. Whenever there's a 10, there's an ace. There's an opportunity to take that spiritual route, because you have a 9 of Swords here, and that's really the ancestors grabbing him by his collar. And he's drained now. He's like wiped out. So for now, I'm going to stop right there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and until next time.